You have to take us out of the practice session too, Shelley. There you go.
Yay. Yay.
You have to take us out of the practice session too, Shelley. And mute that one.
Oh.
You have to take us out of the practice session too, Shelley. And mute that one.
Yeah. There. Does that work?
Like, yeah, Lisa, the more you say, the more feedback's gonna continue on.
Okay. I'll make a note of that on my thing.
All right, just let me know when we're ready, Shelley.
We're live. We're good to go.
Good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Good evening, all. Thank you all for being here. It is Tuesday, August 10th, 2021. It is now 7:01. Yes, 7:01. And I'll now call to order the 2080th regular meeting of the City Council, City of College Place City Council. And will the clerk please take roll call?
Okay. Councilmember Bobbitt has been excused. Councilmember Cleveland.
Present.
Councilmember Peterson.
Present.
Councilmember Nyhagen.
Present.
Councilmember Selby.
Present.
Councilmember Sherman.
Present.
And Councilmember Boyle.
Present.
And tonight, city staff, we have City Attorney Ree Colwell, Finance Director Brian Carlton, Public Works Director Robert McAndrews and Paul Hartwig, Police Chief Troy Tamaris, John's not here, HR Manager Sean Doring, City Clerk Lisa Neisel, myself, Deputy City Clerk Shelley Williams, and Mayor Norma Hernandez.
Thank you, Shelley. Can you please confirm we have a quorum?
Yes, we do.
All right, thank you very much. Next, will you all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, shoot.
Thank you, Councilwoman Nyhagen.
Oh,
I enjoyed that voice better anyways. Thank you very much. Okay, it is now time for public comment. Did anyone submit a comment, or would anyone in attendance like to speak right now?
We don't have anyone in attendance and no one has submitted anything.
Okay, thank you.
And Shelley can share her board docs.
okay. I've kind of lost my,
Uh-oh.
sorry, I've lost my controls. I'm not sure where they are. That's not it. I apologize.
It's okay.
Gosh, I was all set for this too. I really oh, here we go. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It'll come up.
There we go.
That's
There we go.
There we go. Told you it would come. Okay, it's now time for the consent agenda, which consists of approving the agenda for today, August 10th, 2021, approving the council minutes from July 27th, 2021, the salary ordinance update, Commission appointment confirmation for Utility and Transportation Commission, and excusing Councilmember Bobbitt for his absence this evening. Are there any items that any member of the council would like removed from the consent agenda at this time?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Councilmember Selby, second.
We have a first and a second. Any other discussion? Right, all those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Right, the ayes have it. The motion is passed. Next item is our presentation, and we do have one presentation tonight from Chief Tamaris on the Yard of the Month recipients for July.
All right, Mayor and Council. So the July 2021 Yard of the Month recipients are the Home family at 214 Southeast Sunny Drive. And they have lived in College Place for 32 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow. That's a lovely tree right there in the center.
Ron Nordman is the lucky one that gets to give out the sign and the acknowledgement. And they were a little camera shy, so we weren't able to get a photo of them with the sign, but they were very happy to have received recognition. They worked very hard on the yard, and they're very proud of what they have here in the city they live in. So
Great. Well, great. Thank you so much, Chief Tamaris.
you bet.
We're going to go through council members in case anyone has any questions or comments. And we'll begin with Councilmember Cleveland.
No comments, or questions.
Okay. Councilmember Peterson,
Comments?
Councilwoman Nyhagen,
No comments. Thank you.
Councilwoman Selby.
I also love the tree, and thanks for bringing this every month. I really appreciate it.
Councilwoman Sherman.
Well, I told their son to show up and I expected a presentation from him on the yard upkeep, but it sounds like he's maybe not here. But I'll let Rick Holm know that his absence was felt.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. And Councilwoman Boyle.
Beautiful yard.
Great. Thank you all. We, on public hearings, we don't have any public hearings tonight, so we're going to quickly move on to action items. And the first action item is the TIB Sidewalk Grant Program for Northeast Lambert, Northeast Ash, and Southeast Date. And Mr. McAndrews is going to present on behalf of Mr. Rizzatello.
All hear me?
We can. Welcome.
First time doing this, so bear with me. So yeah, the Transportation Improvement Board has sidewalk grant funds available for the first time in 7 years. The fund available for federal classified roadways in urban cities, populations above 5,000. Some eligible criteria, for these grants, we've identified 3 road segments that are in need of sidewalk infill projects. The city would like to request grants for a total of $428,886 and would need to come up with 10% matching funds, which would be $47,654. Grant applications will be for 434 feet of 6-foot sidewalk with an ADA ramp on the west side of Northeast Lambert between Rose and Spitzenberg at a total cost of $78,996. 423 feet of 6-foot sidewalk on the west side of Northeast Ash between A Street and Whitman for a total of $60,619. And then 1,553 feet of 6-foot sidewalk, as well as new curb and gutter and some dry wells on the east side of Southeast Date between 6th and 11th for $336,632. So we would recommend the adoption of a resolution supporting these TIB sidewalk grant applications for these roads.
Great. Well done, Robert. Thank you so much. We're going to go through council members for questions or comments regarding this resolution. And we'll start with Mr. Cleveland.
No questions, but I'm just very glad that we are working to try and find funding to improve our walkability in the city.
I second that. Councilmember Peterson,
No questions.
Councilwoman Nyhagen,
No questions. Thank you.
Councilwoman Selby,
No questions. And I second what Mac said about this is great how we keep working with the grants.
absolutely. Councilwoman Sherman,
I have a dozen questions here. Just kidding, I don't, but it's your first presentation and I felt like I should have something, but no question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
and Councilwoman Boyle.
No questions.
All right, so if there's any other discussion, please raise your hand. Otherwise, is there a motion on this resolution?
I'd like to motion to adopt resolution number 21-039, which is a resolution of support for Transportation Improvement Board Sidewalk Program Grant application for Northeast Lambert, Northeast Ash, and Southeast State.
I'll
Okay.
second. Councilmember Boyle.
Thank you. We do have Councilmember Peterson's hand raised.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't have a question. Now I do have a question. I've had some citizens come up, the existing sidewalks that we're having put in place right now, they're putting these in many times when it's extremely hot outside. And I think the question was, many times with concrete, it's covered with burlap or moisture to help it cure or whatnot. I just wondered if the facility guys had any comments or any follow-up thoughts on that, and as far as curing in this hot temperature.
Well, ideally, you want to pour when it's early morning, so it has some cooler times. The projects right now, everything seems to be looking fine, so we're hoping there's no problems. But yeah, the hot weather is a problem, and you have to do special things for it.
Thanks. I'll pass that on. Thank you so much.
All right, any other questions or comments? Okay, we have a first from Councilmember Cleveland and a second from Councilmember Boyle. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the ayes have it. The motion is passed. Thank you, Robert. You did well. See? It'll be smooth sailing from here. All right. So the next item is the federal classification of roads regarding Southeast Scenic View, Northeast Damson, and Southeast Commercial. Oh, and Mr. Rizzatello is going to present. Mr. McAndrews is going to present again. Mr. Rizzatello.
So this one, if we can get roads classified federally, it allows those roads to be eligible for certain funding opportunities, such as the Transportation Improvement Board grants that we just talked about. So in order to have those roads federally classified, they need to meet certain criteria, including existing road characteristics, connection to landmarks, and traffic counts at around 300 vehicles a day or higher. Three road segments which meet those criteria and we feel should be federally classified. And those are Northeast Damson Street from Rose to C Street, which should be classified as a minor collector. Southeast Scenic View Drive from Commercial Drive to Larch Avenue as a major collector, and Southeast Commercial Drive from State Route 125 to Commercial Drive as a major collector. So I know the Walla Walla County Metropolitan Planning Organization reviewed this and agrees with those recommended classifications. So we would recommend the resolutions adopted to permit the mayor to issue a transmittal letter to WSDOT to request federal classification on those roadways.
Right, great, thank you. So let's go through council members for questions or comments. Mr. Cleveland.
What would be the process that the federal government would take after receiving this request, would they conduct a study, or would they just kind of review the data that we have collected so far and say, oh yeah, that's correct?
Believe they look at it from the state recommendation. So this goes through the state, and I think if the state those recommendations, then that's my understanding of it. I'm kind of new to the federal classification though.
Okay, thank you. Did we lose the mayor?
Mayor Hernandez?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, that was on me. All right, Councilmember Peterson.
No comment.
Okay. Councilmember Nyhagen,
No comments. Thank you.
Councilwoman Selby,
No questions or comments.
Councilwoman Sherman,
No questions. Thank you.
all right, and Councilwoman Boyle.
No comments, thanks.
All right. Please use the button to raise your hand if there's any other questions or comments. Otherwise, is there a motion on this resolution?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution number 21-041, which permits the mayor to issue the resolution transmittal letter to Washington State Department of Transportation to request federal classification for certain roadways.
Thank
I'll
you.
second. This is Heather.
All right. Any additional discussion? All right, let's vote. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, it's unanimous. The motion is passed. Okay, administrative reports. We have none this evening. There is one informational report in your packet for you to review at your convenience. We have no executive session tonight. So is there any other business for good of the order?
There is one more
One
action.
more action item.
Oh, what did I miss?
Mr. Hartwig.
See, sorry, Paul.
That's okay.
Did
Okay,
you think he was already retired?
I thought, he was done. Okay, all right, it's the chlorination improvements at well number 3.
Thank you, Mayor. Right now, currently at well number 3, we have tablet chlorination, and that's in a room separate of the electrical control room, but they're tied together. The off gases on that can create a problem with all the electrical equipment and so forth. And we're transitioning to liquid chlorine. And so what we would like to do is build a pad to get it. Ultimately, we'd like to have a pad built with a little building where the chlorine would be stored and the pump would be placed inside. And so what we need to do is get that structure designed, and that would be done by RH2. And so they provided us with a contract for $21,500 for that design to be done. And then after that design is done and approved, then we can go out to bid for the chlorine improvements at well number 3. Is there any questions?
All right, let's see if there's any questions. Mr. Cleveland.
No questions about the subject matter at hand, although it makes this action item makes me wonder. I don't remember if it's fluorine or fluoride. That's an additive to drinking water that helps prevent tooth decay. Is that something that we do currently, or is that something that we have an option for our water supply?
Well, everybody has an option. We do not do it. We have fluoride in the groundwater that we pump. It would be a lot of extra expense for little value. And so we haven't pursued it.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Peterson,
No questions.
Ms. Nyhagen,
No questions. Thank you, Paul, for all you've done for the city of College Place.
Welcome.
Ms. Selby.
No questions. I would just comment that I really think this is a good idea because it's a lot easier to keep your concentration steady with liquid than it is with tablets.
That's
So
correct. That's
it
correct.
will it'll improve safety. It'll be better for our employee, and it will make the concentrations more level, which improves the water quality for everybody. So yay, I'm in favor.
Thank you.
Ms. Sherman,
Melody stole all of my comments.
I know, right? She doesn't let anyone else sound smart.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that, but thanks. I don't have any questions.
Ms. Boyle.
No questions. Thank you.
All right. If there is no other discussion, is there a motion?
This is Councilmember Selby. I would like to move that we approve design contract with RH2 for chlorination improvements at well number 3 in an amount not to exceed $21,500.
Second, Councilmember Peterson.
All right, we have a first and a second. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the ayes have it. The motion is passed.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm not going to repeat everything that I did. I'm going to go straight to, is there any other business for good of the order? Ms. Nysel?
I just wanted to make the council aware that there is a potential that we will be canceling the farm market this week due to the excessive heat.
Yeah.
If tomorrow turns out as predicted over triple digits, and then Thursday looks like it's going to be even hotter than tomorrow, we plan on making the call by about 3:30 tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, good thinking. That's got to make sure that people aren't
Yes.
encouraged to go out in that excessive heat. Anyone else? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
Councilmember Selby, so move.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Councilmember Boyle, second.
All right, if there is no objection, the meeting is adjourned at 7:23.
Wow.
All right. Go have a
Well
great
done.
evening, everyone.
Bye, everybody.